Hello, Leo. Thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive Oracle cards, I'm using the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Already shuffled. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Really? That seems awkward. Alright, let's... 3 tarot cards. Alright. How long is this one? I don't know. I wonder if this is gonna go quick because we don't really have a lot of cards out, but that doesn't mean anything. I found that out before. So let's see. Now, there's really not a lot of cards out here, but that's okay. Coming into this situation, you have the Strength card on your side, and what's going on in this situation is the Yes. So I feel like you're getting what you want to start off. It's going right forward. It seems to be right in line with what you're looking for. I feel like you're setting the tone, you're setting the whole stage, is what it feels like to me. What you want, you seem to be getting. Alright. I'm wondering if this is going to be like a 5-minute read, I swear, because it's just like there's not many cards out here. I still can't get over it. The situation you're starting, though. The situation you're starting, it's going to go on for a while. I don't know if you're realizing that. Because you got a year from now, and you got the listen to your intuition. Now, I get this depends on you if this is good or not. Some of you are not expecting it to last that long, and the year from now is like, it's a good while. Like, typically the shortest I've seen this is like 6 to 8 months. The longest I've seen it is like 2.5 years-ish. So at least the 6 to 8, at least 6 to 8, let's put it that, leave it there. Now, some of you might not expect it to go that long. Now, that seems to be its own little thing. The flip side is, some of you are expecting it to cement in and last a good while. I'm getting that there's an expiration date on the situation either way. So, whether you want it to or not, whether you want it to be quick and be done, and it goes on a lot longer than expected, or you're hoping it's going to cement in and stay for, indefinitely, I'm getting either way, it's got about a year-ish. Whether it be 6 to 8 months, maybe 2.5 years. Either way, this definitely has an expiration date on this situation. And I'm getting also with the listen to your intuition, because this seems to be when it starts. When it starts, I feel like you can see this more clearly. Like if you look at it a little bit more from the outside, do I want to say? What do I want to say here? Like if you didn't know the ins and outs of the situation and you were just looking at it bare bones, I feel like you could get a little bit more insight about how long this is probably going to last. Because from the outside looking in, that seems like it's going to be more accurate to how this actually works out than having that inside scoop thinking, this is probably going to work out, that's probably going to work out, if that helps. Now, I'm getting that things take off pretty quickly. And I'm also getting like your connection with this. I feel like you have to jump around a little bit. Continuously. You're continuously here. Alright, let me see. You're kind of jumping around. You're continuously checking on things. As long as this is going, that's going to be your role. I feel like this situation is very dependent on you. Because I feel like you're the one who's keeping it going. It's almost like you're running around, stoking the fires, keeping things going, making sure things work out. If something doesn't seem right, you have to call it out, do what needs to be done, or make sure the right people are aware of it so they make sure what needs to be done gets done. I feel like you're I'm getting you're in control of a lot here is what I'm getting. If this is hitting, I feel like there's a lot you have to do here. Now, granted, you could be a part of a larger situation, But the part you're in control of, the part you're responsible for, you're having to like make sure you keep your eye on it. Even if other people should be, you're the one who actually is, if that makes sense. For example, if it's you and four other people, or you're one of four people who are supposed to like watch an email or make sure this certain amount of work gets done or that these expiration dates are done on time, even though you and these other people should also be doing the same thing, you're the one actually doing that. You're the one making sure everything stays on point. You're the one making sure that things get done. You're reminding other people not to let things fall behind. I feel like you're the one who's very much in control of that. And because I feel like the other people are kind of used to you doing it or get used to you doing that really quickly. Um, so, like I said, even if it's like, whether it's a big project, you're in control of a big project, or there's a larger project and you're a smaller piece of that project, the part that you have responsibility for, I feel like you're the one making sure everybody else stays on point. Are we good? Okay. So I'm getting like you're very much the one who is out there. You're the Knight of Wands. Wands are very much fire for me, so I usually go with that. I know he's on a bird, but the colors around it really make me think of fire. So you're very active in this. And it's almost like it's in spite of yourself. It's not whether you think you should be or not, you just seem to be doing it. Is there something else with that? No. Alright, now this is face down in the environment. This is as things keep going forward, down the road a bit. I'm feeling like other people are trying to make the grade, like they're trying to do what you're doing. I feel like other people are trying to make sure that things stay on point. I don't really feel like it's rival energy. I just feel like they're watching you do it and they don't feel like that's fair that you should have to do everything that you're doing. But the thing is, at the point that this happens, I feel it's kind of like you've gotten really used to what you're doing. You know what you're doing and when to do it. You have it like kind of taken care of, if I want to say. It's at this point I feel like you've gotten a pattern down, is what I want to say. And it's like you check this, you check that, and when other people are trying to do the same thing, it's throwing things off. I feel like that's a problem. And I'm getting like this is where this card comes in. The Six of Wands. Because I feel like you and whatever's going on here need to come to a consensus about who's responsible for what, and I feel like everybody needs to agree, like, I don't know, for example, if emails is one, if expiration dates is another, if call-outs is another, just for argument's sake, like each of you have to decide who's in charge of what. There has to be some way where everybody knows that that's taken care of, and everybody just kind of takes care of what they need to, but there also has to be like a double check, like they touch base or people touch base to let everybody know that this is done or that is done. And I feel like this might be a little bit aggravating and difficult on your side because I feel like all these things you've been doing, like I feel like you've been doing everything and got very used to it. And now that people are looking to pick up the slack and do what they should be doing, like in a fairness type of way, I feel like this is kind of like hard because you're just used to it at this point. You just naturally seem to do what you need to do, and it becomes more of an issue. I feel like, I don't know, you have to work it out somehow. I feel like this is just something where you have to be aware of it. It's going to be happening, and you'll find a way to make this be okay. I do feel like when it first pops up, everybody seems to be on board with, oh, okay, yeah, I guess you're right. I should be doing my fair part of this. We shouldn't make the Leo, do everything. That's not fair. And it's true, but I feel like it's going to take you a minute to get used to it because I feel like you're in a natural mode where you're just kind of just doing things. And you're just in a pattern of how you do things. You're not even thinking about it, and then you might step on somebody's toes, not meaning to. Like you just naturally just do one to the next, to the next, to the next, and you just get it done. And you've been doing that for so long and making sure everything stays on point that I feel like that's a challenge. The only thing I can think of if you could divvy this out in the beginning, that might be easier for you. The only challenge you have then is to get people online without stepping on toes. Because I feel like you might come across very like a general is what they're telling me. Like you do this, you do that, you do that, and I feel like that might rub people the wrong way. Like seriously, but it's like, can you win? It's not fair. Yep, I'm getting that again. Where I'm connecting through that Leo energy, and it's kind of like, well, come on, either let me divvy out what people need to do, and we all stay on point, or just let me do it. Like, can we do one or the other? But I feel like either way, you're gonna be posed with a challenge. The way it's looking for me from where I'm sitting in the beginning, if you like try to get people together and like, all right, these are the things that need to be done. I'm gonna take this. Whatever you decide you need to do, and then like the other ones decide, and you're like, well, you guys need to decide now because this can't go days. Like, what do you want? You want that? Take that. How about you try this today, this week? You try this, and then next week, if you don't like it, you guys can switch. But I'm keeping this, something like that, because I feel like if you work this out in the beginning, it's just easier for you. It's easier for you. I do feel that, and it's fair. It's fair to work it out in the very beginning. It is fair. And it's easier for you, and you might as well do it now, because if you wait till later on down the road, everybody catches up and like, oh yeah, I should do my fair share, it's going to be a lot harder for you because you already have this like intuitive pattern. You're not thinking it out. You're just kind of reacting. You're just used to doing things fast and getting them done, and then just it's hard to change your pattern at that point. So, if that helps, is that good? Good. They're telling me done. It took longer than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be a really, really quick reading because there's only 7 cards out here? Alright, I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.